Amber Heard was ordered to pay Johnny Depp $8 million for defamation. Things looked like they couldn't get any worse for the former star, but a year later it seems like that was only the beginning. Back in summer 2022, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were fighting an incredibly public legal battle when Depp decided to sue Heard for defamation after she released an article saying he was abusive. The article resulted in Depp losing many acting roles, most notably being kicked off of any future Pirates of the Caribbean films in which he was their leading man. The article that Heard released coincided with Hollywood finally starting to take these claims seriously, which resulted in a huge backlash on Depp that could have ruined his career entirely, and Amber may have used that to her advantage. Over the course of the trial, it became more and more obvious that though both parties were at fault, Heard may not have been as honest as she should have been.
So you're calling Mr. Knight a liar?
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened.
After 6 weeks of trial and testimonies, the jury ended up ruling in Depp's favor, and Heard was left with an $8 million bill to pay. Outside of the insane amount of money she now owed Depp, the actress had effectively ruined her reputation after being exposed as an abuser right after claiming to be a victim, and almost every comment on the trial would ridicule Heard and her legal team for the way they handled the case, bringing even more negative attention to her and effectively ruining her career in the process. Post-trial, Heard has struggled to find any other roles able to make up the $8 million she owed, making it that much more unattainable to pay. That is where things get interesting.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh no, absolutely not.
See, Heard claimed that she could not afford the $8 million settlement since it was way above her net worth, but the way she was living during the trial seems to point the opposite. Reporters show that during the trial, Heard was staying in a mansion in Virginia and paying $22,000 a month. The home came with insane perks such as a tennis court, a home theater, a spa, 8 bedrooms, and ridiculous decorations. Whether Heard was just lying or was just so sure that she would win the case that she didn't care is not confirmed, but what we do know now is that things have been very rough for her over the last year. She no longer lives in the rented mansion, but was an owner of a home in the California desert and apparently thought that that would be enough to cover everything. Heard was looking to use her home insurance to help pay her legal fees and settlements, but she got sued by them after she broke their agreement by hiring another lawyer, causing the insurance company to no longer back her. And after the final settlement, Heard was forced to sell her California desert home for about $1 million, which doesn't even come close to the total amount owed, but that was the least of her problems, because since selling her home, she has claimed she's now homeless and has nowhere to stay, forcing her out of Hollywood. Heard did catch a break though, and when she decided to appeal the case, she was only ordered to pay up $1 million instead, as Depp agreed it was not about the money in the first place. Heard would go on Instagram to make a post about the settlement finally coming to a close, while also calling out the legal system that failed her. This was her last post, as she has not been on social media since, and may no longer be in the country at all. Since the settlement came to a close, Heard has declared bankruptcy and has left the country. Originally, it seemed as though Heard was going to ask former partner Elon Musk to help cover the settlement, but Musk came out and said there was no way he would take part in anything, especially after what she did. But most recently, Heard has been spotted in Spain, where she now apparently lives with her daughter. She seems to have found a partner out there and could be supporting her, but Buddy must be down bad after everything that came out against her. She has given up on acting, but they're claiming that she would return if the right role presented itself. But after the reviews of her performance in the trial came out pretty negative, her time in the spotlight may be over.